Ladies and gentlemen, we're back in the Real Deal Talk studio, Epic 58, round 3, which started out as fighter interviews today, but we have our first interview with one of the Epic, very loyal sponsors. Mr. Ray Mellado is in the house with Mellado Designs. How's that pronunciation? That's pretty good.
That's perfect. That's perfect.
You see what I'm saying here? Like the normal gringo is going to say Mellado.
Yes.
Right? They look at 2 L's and say Mellado, but not me. I'm well versed. Mellado. And the D's like a TH almost, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like a D.
Go with it here, Ray. Come on. You can't.
Yes. TH.
Mellado.
Mellado.
Right?
Yes.
Yeah, it's like a
Mellado.
TH.
Mellado is in Spanish.
See?
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
That's the correct pronunciation.
Yeah, Mellado.
Yeah.
So the D's like a T. It's pronounced like a TH.
Oh,
all right,
yeah,
cool.
yeah,
So
you're
the
right.
interview's over. I took up all the time pronouncing his name, and now. All right, so Ray, so good to have you on the show here. I have seen you at the prior fights.
Okay.
Okay, or I saw your company. I remember your company being named. How long have you been a sponsor?
I don't have the exact time, but I think it's like 13 years.
Wow.
Yes, it's been a while.
13 years.
Yes.
So first and foremost, let's touch on what you do, what your business is, what your company is. Let's start there. Give me a few minutes. Give me the what we call the elevator, quote unquote, pitch of what you do.
Yes. So our specialty is silk screening and embroidery.
Oh.
We specialize in printing t-shirts, doing embroidery.
Fantastic.
Yes. So we do many things besides that, but that's what we do in-house. You know, we do business cards, flyers, banners, tents, a bunch of things. But garment is more our specialty. And decoration.
Nice.
So silk screening, we work with schools, we work with companies, teams. We're in Chula Vista, so I've been in business for 23 years.
Wow. See, this is good. This is a perfect connection for us.
First time I'm in a podcast, so it's amazing.
Come on. So Ray, 23 years in business,
Yes.
and how did you originally find Epic? Like 13 years.
13.
What drew you to them? How'd you find them?
So I was working with Little Leagues, doing the hats and uniforms for them.
Yeah.
So one team had a sponsor, and the coach said, "You know what? I have a sponsor that's sponsoring us the uniforms, and I want to put their logo on the side of the hats." So I said, "Yeah, that's fine. Just send me the logo, and I'll do it." So then he sent me the Epic E logo. So I did it on the side of the hats. So then when Jason Stewart, the
CEO,
saw it, he said, "You know what? This is the first time I see it. Like a nice embroidery with my logo. Can you connect me with the person that did it?" So that's when the coach gave the phone number to Jason. Jason called me. He said, "You know what? I'm interested in having you doing all my apparel." So I said, "You know what? I'll be more than happy to do it." So then we started working, and then everything started from there. I started charging first, and then we talked, and I went to the first event, and I loved the event. I mean, the fights, the energy. And he said, "How about if we start, having you as a sponsor?"
Yeah.
And I said, "You know what? I will be more than happy." And everything started since then. And it's been like 13 years.
Wow. So clearly it's been a very, let's say, beneficial relationship for you and your company.
Yes.
And go ahead.
Yeah. So what I really love is, every time I go to the events, I invite friends and family. I already get a table for the event, VIP table.
Right.
So for me, bringing people, friends and family, customers to watch the event, feel the energy is what, makes me really happy.
You know what? And because we're now Real Deal Wellness, my wellness company. We're now official sponsors.
Okay.
So,
nice.
and I'm already touting this all over every interview about how we got a table. We're coming in hot because we're just like you said. We're going to invite friends, family, maybe people that would not have been able to go to a fight like this or have never been to one. Right? Can you explain your first experience of the first fight? Wrap it up. Like, tell me how exciting it was the first time you saw it and you were hooked.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, you see a lot of young fighters. They have a lot of energy. They have a lot of future. So the energy at the event is really high. Really good fights. Now the matchmaker Harvey.
Yeah, Harvey.
He's the great. I mean, all the fights he sets up, they're great. So when we started going, I was going by myself and just bringing friends, guys, to the fights. One time I brought my wife, and she saw the fight. She said, "Oh, you know what? It's too much violence. I didn't like it." So then she stopped going, and then we invited, some more friends. She came back, and then she loved it. I mean,
oh
yeah. So now
So wifey came around.
Yeah. So now when we go, we go like in couples. We invite friends, and we have an amazing time. It's like a party, and then
Yeah.
we see the the event. We support all the fighters. Sometimes I sponsor fighters too. I do the walkout shirts.
Yes.
I do for the team, and I always try to do either a sponsor. I give a great team price. But yeah, it's been an amazing ride since we
That's
started with
amazing,
Epic.
man. 13 years. That's incredible. Because
Yes.
there's 4 fights a year.
Yes, yeah.
And so you got a table every time.
Every time table, and then invited to the sponsor parties. They do the photo shoots for the models, and
Yes.
they always get a big mansion to do the photo shoot, and they invite the sponsors. Great exotic cars. So it's always fun. I mean, it's always fun.
I love it.
Yes.
I'm excited, man. So I got called in on a pinch. I think their other production company or something happened with the studio, and so Epic 56 2 fights ago.
Yes.
Last second, we got a call. Andy Cruz Productions. That's who our production manager here in the house, the best in the business. They're like, hey JD, because I interviewed Jason on my podcast
Yes,
a couple
I was
years
seeing
ago.
it, yeah.
Yeah. And so he called me up, and he's like, bro, can you step in and get it done? I'm like, I've never interviewed. So my thing is I do really long interviews.
Yes.
So it takes me hours to dig in to the gold. I like digging people's gold out. So I'm like, you know what? This will be a good challenge for me to dig in 10, 15 minutes,
Yes.
find gold to inspire others, get people to know the fighter, become like they're acquainted with the fighter.
Yes.
So I was like, I like this challenge. So now Harvey said, JD and his crew, Cruz Productions, Andy Cruz, those 2 guys, they're doing the interviews from here on out.
Yes.
And so we're honored. We could not be more honored to be a part of this, to be a part of everybody's journey, the fighters, the spot now meeting you. I'm for sure going to do business with you.
Yeah,
Because if you
more
see
than
I'm in
yes.
apparel, like look at all this stuff.
Yes. Yes. This is all I do. Yes.
Yeah, I've been doing, not doing apparel, but getting apparel and all the branding stuff for everybody knows Real Deal in San Diego is black and red. I always wear everything, the branding.
The
So-
Epic colors.
Yes,
Same colors,
yeah.
Same colors.
And so, are you the one that does the E on all of it? It's like he gives you shirts and you put
Yes.
on everything.
Yeah,
That's
every,
you.
Every event I do the event shirts. So I do the event shirts. I put the picture on the back of the like main event
Yeah.
or bringing the best fights
Yep.
of the night with the sponsors, and I do the ring girls. All the apparel. I do the hats. I mean
Wow.
everything.
And so are you the one that also does where he just brings you his clothes and you put his
Yes,
logo on
I
it?
do all his apparel. So he goes and buys a bunch. I mean, he goes and buys like an entire store and just arrives with big bags of clothes.
Yeah.
You know what? Just, put something on it, and I do the E. We start separating. We're going to do the embroidery on. We're going to do silk screening,
Yeah.
DTF. There's different processes to print. So we just put everything together, print it, give it back to Jason, and then, every party he just gives this away.
I love it.
Yeah. He does a lot of marketing with that, and we print the fighter shorts,
Yep.
with the sponsors, rash guards, for the fighters. Same thing. Jason gives everything away for them. That way they have something when they go and train.
Yeah.
They represent Epic, and yeah, that's really
That's
cool.
amazing, man. I love this. I mean, and I think the last time I did a little quick interview with him, this came up.
Okay.
I'm like, well, introduce me to this guy, and now here you are.
I'm here.
How about that? I can't wait because I have shirts that I'd like to wear out, but
Yes.
I'd like to put a Real Deal logo on them now.
Yeah, and sometimes like what we do, he buys like dress shirts.
Yeah.
and we put logos.
That's what I'm
like
saying.
His colors are red, white, and black.
Yeah.
For Epic, but we can make it look nice and use different colors. So that way, it's gonna be more like a casual apparel.
Correct.
Instead of just having the same shirt, the same hat,
Yes.
with the same logo all the time. Because it's nice, but after time you have to change it. You have to make something different.
Yeah.
and make it fun. That way when you every morning when you wear it, you wear something different.
I love it.
Yeah.
Oh man, this is amazing. So, Mr. Ray here.
Yes.
So, give me real quick. So, we've got another couple minutes here. So, 23 years in business. What would you say as a business owner? You're a fellow entrepreneur here. That's a long time in business. That means you've been through ups and downs, and
Yeah.
you can anything you can possibly imagine. So, what's your driving why you do what you do? What's your main why, your main reason of moving forward every day?
Well, I think it's just being happy in life, doing
Yeah.
what you want, what you like, not what you want, what you like.
Yeah.
I really like what I do. I love the business. It's not easy. It's a lot of stress. When you do production, any mistake cost. So you have to be really careful. So over the years, it hasn't been easy.
Right, of course.
We have to be, work hard, be dedicated, and just keep pushing. So for me, this is like my American dream.
Yeah.
I was born and raised in Mexico, in Tijuana. I always wanted to come here and do something, not work like nine to
Yep.
five.